At 157. Camillaci, his last 2 victories have been of the sudden variety. Clinched the dual victory for the team against Harvard, and then got the sudden victory last week against Binghamton. And he's going to have to try to provide a spark here for Princeton, because it could be for the 3rd time in as many weeks for Princeton is shut out through the first 5 matches.
Yeah, especially with, you know, the kind of bulk of their lineup. A lot of their guys out as well up top, so it's going to be a you know, really important last 6 matches here for Princeton. But I mean, I can't say I love what I've seen from the Tigers this far today. I mean, I've only seen them wrestle 3 out of the 4 matches, and so as you see a quick takedown from Revano's really tough too. He's a 65-pounder for the majority of his career, coming down to 57 for, I believe this is his 5th year, senior year, because I believe he might have taken a gap year during COVID as well. But he's had a great season as well, and a tough opponent in Camillaci, right? He you know, a couple big victories for him. He's got some momentum coming his way, but tough opponent here to come out and face.
And it's an interesting choice for him to go down to 157. His first duel was at 165. He moved down. He's had that experience up a weight class. He reached the NCAA tournament as a sophomore at 165, where he went 1-2. But now at 157, maybe that's just coming down to feeling your best for your final run as a collegiate wrestler. He tries a shot, and Camillaci doing a great job to defend. It becomes a scramble, but Revano sticking with it, and now he's earned a 3.
The choice to go one weight class, you know, maybe a lower weight class versus a higher one, it really just comes down to, like, what you're willing to sacrifice. Because the reality is, you know, you have life, and it's like, how much does wrestling consume your life? If you're cutting weight, you're gonna have to work out more, you're gonna have to watch what you eat more. Your life gets affected a lot more than maybe you going up in weight and you know, potentially not being as competitive, because, right, the guys are bigger, maybe some other guys are willing to sacrifice more than you are. So it's really it's a tough decision, right? It's like, you know, do I need to sacrifice more to accomplish my goals, or do I feel like I can accomplish my goals without having to sacrifice those extra things, right? And a lot of the times the answer is it's tough, because other people are sacrificing those things. And that's what you get, you know, that was something that I had to think about when I was trying to, you know, decide whether I should go 33 or 25, right? You know, the 33-pounders, a lot of those guys are coming down from the 60s, right? And you know, it's just a whole different animal. And you know, it's a really long season. It's really tough. I know you have guys like Drew Heaths that are having trouble making weight as well. It's, you know, it's never easy, but it's like you have to realize that there's other people just like you that are sacrificing, doing the same exact things, maybe even more than you, right? You never know. And so it's all about perspective, I feel like.
Out of bounds here. And for those who might not be familiar with the weigh-in process, if fans are more familiar with the combat sports, different if you're going ultimate fighting. You get your weigh-in, then you have your time to stock back up. Here you're getting the weigh-in in the morning, and then you got to go at it. So it's always a challenge during the week to make sure you're ready to go and what's going to be your best process.
Yeah, your weekly routine is hugely important, right? So, you know, getting started early in the week as opposed to having to wait towards maybe Wednesday or Thursday if you have a match Friday or Saturday. And then also, right, like making sure you're working out more so you can kind of fuel your cut, as they say, right? So you're not having to just not eat anything because you don't want to have to work out. It's actually better to work out more, be able to fuel yourself, and then just try not to work out and make it easy and not eat anything.
There's a stall warning assessed to Camillaci. Final seconds will tick away, though, in period number 1, and Lucas Revano having the lead. You see his 3 here. And that's a great job to take control of the match. There's about 37 seconds of riding time, and Revano might have been a little bit affected by the end of that first period, but he's good to go He begins on top for period number 2. The product of Belmar, New Jersey, and Bergen Catholic. Camillaci from New York, by the way of Hilton Central. Both wrestlers at the high school level won a state championship. Revano has shown what at these middleweights you can do in your career at an Ivy League program, and Camillaci trying to follow his footsteps, but he's down by 2 and he needs to get to his feet where Revano can push this riding time over a minute. And he's just doing a good job getting that leverage up high, kind of using his weight to his advantage. Camillaci able to slip out. That was awfully close to a mat return. It's 3-2. Riding time has snuck over a minute, 1 minute, 7.6 seconds. And Revano trying for another 3. He's showing the explosiveness here, and he'll make it 6-2.
Just smothering him. It's just aggressive off the escape, just looking for points, sniffing out points, right away, not waiting around, not allowing Camillaci to get back in the hand fight and try to feel comfortable scoring himself. I mean, it's night and day right now.
It just kind of feels like if you've seen in different sports where kind of the team has everything go wrong for them, it's almost as if they're just stuck on their back feet and the opponent just keeps going at them, and you won't have that in this dynamic of from one weight class to the next. That's been the case so far, as Camillaci does get the escape. 6-3 the score. And who's going to stop the proverbial bleeding for Princeton, as Revano and Camillaci are tied up high and are out of bounds.
And it's no secret, I'm an ex-Princeton Tiger, right? And so I feel like I can speak for a lot of the Princeton fans when I say this. It's tough to sit here and watch a 17-0 match occur, and everyone understands, right? There's guys out of the lineup, there's injuries, there's all that stuff, but Penn's got, backups, guys that are not the #1 guys in the lineup, coming out here and winning matches, right? That's the difference. It's, is your full team bought in to doing something and accomplishing a united goal? And that's what you really seen in the dual meets part of the season, right? It's like, who's got the depth? Who's united? Who's got kind of that team swagger to them, right? That is that kind of wins these dual meets, right? These matchups are really important, and each individual match is important. But coming together as a team is arguably the more important thing. Where obviously you see Revano just again, exciting and just wants to score points and just not waiting around for things to happen, going to get it. It's not a surprise that Penn's up 17-0, but it's frustrating. It's frustrating to watch if you're a Princeton Tiger, and it's obviously Coach Dubuque's first year and a little bit of a rebuild year with all a bunch of the new freshmen coming in and some younger guys having to step up. But we're at the point of the season where there's really no excuse. Everyone's getting ready for your IWAs. Everyone's at the same point of the season.
It's just going to about to be working through it at the end of the day. Can you work through the struggles? And as
right.
Revano gets the escape, it's one thing if you're having everything going your way in February, you're going to feel great going into March. If not, you're going to have to find a way to get to your best in March regardless.
We're halfway through February. I mean, it's not like we're in the beginning of February anymore. There's only a few more dual meets left. And so there's only, those competitions, I feel like these competitions leading up to the IWAs are hugely important. Just building confidence and if not confidence, figuring out what's going wrong, because obviously, for Princeton, there's a lot going wrong right now. And so it's like you gotta harbor down on those little things and try to get them ironed out now before it's too late, because if this stuff is leaking into early March, it's going to be a tough postseason for all these guys.
Comes a tough scramble here. This was a Princeton team that had won 5 of 6 duels to start out the 2024 portion of the schedule. And then again, last week it was a rough week for the Tigers, and a rough week all around, even here in the Brest area last Friday, but got to battle through it. 45 seconds left in this one.
Binghamton too. I mean, Binghamton was. I mean, listen, Cornell's a phenomenal team. Binghamton, I feel like, was a little bit more of an even matchup for the Tigers, and Binghamton came out swinging and connected. And it was, not to say you're surprising, but I mean, a little surprising, because you would think after a loss like Cornell, you come out, you have a new opportunity, fresh start, right? You have a little bit of a chip on your shoulder from getting beat up so much and getting punched in the face by Cornell. I didn't really see a lot of fight from the Tigers, which, again, who knows what the situation is, but, I'm not going to sit here and say that things are looking great, right? Because it's tough. You want to see these guys building up into March, and we haven't really seen that step up the ladder, so to speak, yet.
Revano's going to try and finish with one more takedown. He won't get it, but it's still a major decision. 1 minute, 21 seconds on the riding time. Gives him the 11-3 victory. And so heading into the intermission, Penn's going to have a 21-0 lead. And again, for Princeton, heading into intermission, the previous 2 meets was 20-0, 20-0. This is now 21-0. And so Penn dominating this one. We'll head to a break from Jadwin Gym. Still 5 matches left to go.